7:04, and of course, good morning to all of us from Dasmariñas City, and please stand by for the video. And yes, of course, this is Dirpo speaking right here from Dasmariñas City, and we're on the limited operation due to some sort of setup changes that are being implemented. And yes, of course, we are heading right through this way. Once again, it's 8th of March 2021. And yes, we're now on the Morning Rush Live. And with the celebration of the International Women's Month, here's the good news for you. At this time, until 9 in the morning, you have free rides for women in MRT lines 2 and 3. This is valid until 9 in the morning, and it will resume at 17:05 p.m. until 19:07 p.m. And of course, we are going right through with this live stream, and while we're fixing some sort of technical difficulties right here, let's check first the congestion factor on certain cities and municipalities. And we're back live. This is your one and only Dirpo speaking. And if you're wondering what could it be the shortest Bible verse for this day, and then I'll quote it with you, the Bible verse. And yes, of course, it came from the Gospel according to Luke. And don't forget to turn your Bibles into chapter 4, verse 24 of the Gospel according to Luke. And it says like this: I tell you this, Jesus added, prophets are never welcomed in their hometown. course, sounds like difficult to all of us to be accepted, especially in the hometown that we are supposed to be belong to. But of course, if you need to read the whole gospel, don't forget to tune it in later to DP on Reflections live daily diary session, in which I'll share the whole thing with regards to the rejection, and that is entitled Jesus is Rejected at Nazareth. And hopefully I could share with you my reflection for this Bible verse. And of course, we are forced to work somewhere else just to be accepted in whatever the circumstances that we might meet halfway. And of course, with the latest congestion updates, we are going to check it out once again. In Makati City, there's number coding right there. All motor vehicles, excluding motorcycles. Once again, all motor vehicles, cars, vans, and even trucks, SUVs, and even the public utility vehicles are not allowed to traverse the highway from 7 until 9:20 hours, or 7 to 8 p.m. Once again, all motor vehicles ending with the plate numbers 1 and 2 are strictly forbidden to traverse the Makati City's highways and roadways from 7 until 1900 hours, or 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. But for the rest of Metro Manila and the whole Cavite, number coding is still lifted due to the pandemic that we are experiencing through. But as far as I'm concerned with the congestion factor, we're seeing some sort of congestion in Salitran, within the Highway 419 or General Emilio Aguinaldo Highway in Dasmariñas City, especially on the northbound and the southbound. And the most likely cause of the congestion, right after the northbound signal light, there's an illegal loading and unloading right there, blocking the right lane of traffic that is supposedly be reserved for the entry traffic from the Salitran Road or Jose Abad Santos Avenue. And I would like to warn you that lane assignment enforcement is strictly implemented right there. Once you're going straight through on a left turn only lane, or you swerve from the lane number 1, which is reserved lane for left turning vehicles, into lane number 2, close to the signal light in the southbound, you will get apprehended right away, and your licenses may be confiscated. To avoid inconvenience, you should follow all of the lane marking rules, whether if it's a straight through or a left turn only. Then if you have an intention to be on a straight through, don't forget to always keep right, because in most cases wherein any highway with a 2 lanes of traffic, left lane is reserved only for either left or U-turning movement, or in most cases a passing vehicle. And similarly, on the northbound side, there's a right turn only lane, and so do not attempt to swerve right after the bus stop. Once again, do not attempt to swerve right after the bus stop. Any form of swerving that may endanger other motorists' safety is considered a reckless driving or reckless endangerment, and you could be charged immediately right upon the apprehension. And for the palapala, 7 kilometers per hour eastbound average speed has been detected on the Highway 65 on the approach to Palapala, and it's a cause of concern for all of the motorists right there, because the first and the second lane are considered left and a straight through respectively, while the third and fourth lanes are reserved for the right turning movements only. If you're in the lane number 3 and you're trying to swerve into the lane number 2, you could be apprehended also for reckless endangerment. So plan your trips ahead of time first before you set into the journey. And by the way, lane number 4 is reserved for the bus and jeepney stop, and must exit immediately to lane number 3. And of course, DP24 Engineering is investigating these swerving related crashes. And that being said, that it is very dangerous to swerve, especially if the lane number 2 is occupied by a trailer truck, or you might obstruct the right turning on the lane, which is the lane number 3 that is supposedly be assigned to on all forms of truck or freighter traffic. that would cause unwanted delays on the deliveries and logistical types of movement. And as of course, there's a rule that says we have to move people and goods rather than being alone. In United States, especially if it's on a rush hour, the designated high occupancy vehicle lanes are reserved for commuters with at least 1 to 2 passengers. And of course, I'll be back with you shortly, right after these reminders. Yes, of course, we're back here on Morning Rush, and this the weather forecast for today. And according to Pag-asa, within its daily weather forecasting, northeast monsoon may affect the extreme northern Luzon, and easterlies may affect the rest of the country, or the eastern section rather of the country. And of course, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains will be experiencing in Batanes and Babuyan group of islands. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country may experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers and may have a possible risk of localized thunderstorms. Flash floods and landslides may occur during the severe thunderstorm. And in that case, you have to secure yourselves right away if you hear some sort of thunderstorms in your vicinity. The sunrise has been occurred recently at around 6:09, and the sunset will occur at 18:05, 6:05 p.m. And of course, due to the northeast monsoon, hangin amihan, moderate to strong winds could be experienced in northern Luzon, and the rest of the country could be into light to moderate speed. And of course, for dam information, as of 6 in the morning, ang Nat Dam has a reservoir water level of 209.74 as compared to yesterday's 210 with a deviation or water level deviation of negative 0.26 meter. Of course, the normal high water level is at 212 meter. And on the Mesa Dam, we are observing 79.16 meter reservoir water level as compared to 0.18 meter yesterday, and the water level deviation is at negative 0.02 meter. And so, we have to conserve water as well in order for the essentials to be used right away, especially in the hospitals and homes that needs the most of the water for us to function our bodies properly. And of course, we have to avoid water wastages. And so, we are about to conclude this Morning Rush Live. And so, thank you so very much. Always remember to be
be safe, be well, stay sane and try, and you're now.